What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
Snitches get what? Stitches. They're going to stop snitching on us black women. Man, let me tell you something. I hate when I be watching documentaries and stuff, and it be about like racial situations, because that make me just extra black for about 4 days.
What you watching?
So
wait, I'm not even on the microphone.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, keep going.
So I just watched a documentary called Crack, finally, on Netflix.
Oh, on Netflix. With that professor with the dreads who do heroin, or who did heroin.
He's actually very attractive.
He is, and he's really smart. But he doesn't do heroin. He has done it. He claimed experiential. But anyhow, he is one of the reasons why I said that I just had to stop judging people that do drugs as their business. But go ahead, tell me what happened, because that documentary will piss you off. It
made me so mad. But I just, since I was born in the 80s, I was born in 89, but we both
Crack
were.
Baby, recipes though.
So I didn't really know too much about the actual crack epidemic, and there's not really a lot of documentaries on it, or I don't know about it.
All we know is Ronald Reagan.
All I know, exactly.
And Nancy Reagan. Just Ronald say Reagan, no.
Exactly. And from that moment, it just went down. It went from Ronald Reagan to Bush to Clinton. And it just got worse over time. And it just was crazy that I didn't realize that one little crack rock can give you from 5 to 40 years in prison, when it takes cocaine. You have to have hella cocaine to get that same amount of time.
Preach,
right?
Preach. Rest in peace.
And they look at it because cocaine is looked at as a rich man's drug, when in reality, it's literally the same thing. One is just ingested through the nose as a powder form, and of course, the other one is smoked, and you cook it with flame, and
and it multiply a little. Now, how do you?
It definitely is stronger. It's definitely stronger when you burn it. That's with any chemical though. When you add flame or any type of heat or mixing chemicals like that and you burn it, it's definitely gonna be stronger. So I get that.
You grew up in the trap house.
No, you know what though? For somebody who really didn't like school, I really did enjoy science. Now, when it comes to stuff like that, like science and like anatomy, psychology,
it's like how things work.
I love that.
Now, what made you? What was the blacky black feeling you got from this documentary?
Because I feel like people, like I said, they put off cocaine as like, even to this day, people put off cocaine as like a rich white man's drug.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just coke. Like they really just
And my thing about that is like, even when people that are black do it, they do it because they want to feel like they have money, and they want to feel rich, and they want to feel good, and they feel like it's not doing too much. Because I've even had a person tell me recently that they've done cocaine before and it didn't do anything, so they never did it before and did it again. It was like, I'm already
what if it did?
High strung. Exactly. They was like, I'm already high strung, so it literally didn't do anything to me, so I just don't do it. But it's
that's
just
how
crazy.
I felt. I tried a cigarette a couple times. I'm just like, this is stupid. Just the same thing I feel about when I do hookah.
Yeah, I've smoked a cigarette maybe all of 4 times. I used to smoke cloves, but not for real. I used to just fake do it because I wanted to see.
I tried them because of you, and I remember they taste like bananas.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, so I tried it. I smoked Black and Milds before. I thought it was cool. Try, whatever. But also in the documentary, they were saying that during that time, it was the rate of crack users was more white people than black people.
Yes.
And they were targeting black poor neighborhoods, taking them people out the game. And it was
and the way they treated them, oh my freaking goodness.
The part that really pissed me off was the part when they did the drug dealing from the White House, and that man went to jail for 10 years.
Yeah, listen, set him up on TV.
On TV.
Yep. Yeah, it pissed me off too.
Pissed me off.
Stuff like that, I'm not a conspiracist, but a lot of people talk about how the government is hiding stuff and distracting stuff, which is true a lot of times. But stuff like that is just so damaging, and it's so crazy how they literally on paper brought those drugs here, you know what I'm saying, and really put them in the hood. Now, I still put a lot of this responsibility from the damages on the dealers, but I also feel like they could have never predicted like how this would have impacted our community. And this don't get them a pass, but I feel like crack was like out of this world. Like the way people was passing out, cracking out, and all, like it just was nothing nobody could have ever predicted. But it's crazy because I really feel like it truly damaged the trajectory of like the Black household. Like it shaped. It's some stuff that people are still trying to recover from. It's really sick. And I mean family structures.
This day. And that's another, like I watch drug documentaries all the time, but
it's my favorite kind.
You gotta watch
I watch Cocaine Cowboys. You're gonna be
I haven't watched that one, but remember I was telling you Drugs Inc. on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Drug Inc. But see, that one is about just like current drug users and just what they do and how they get the drugs, how they do it, where it come from, the origin, the dealers, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. That's why I watched that. But just to see how this has really impacted these people's lives, like over the years, separated families, I mean everything. And it was just so crazy how they were even setting women up in the hospital.
I know you seen your boy Biden in there.
I saw everything.
Oh yeah, the hospital had that doctor was getting people's kids taken away from them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you something. Stuff like that to me is a refresher. Before I get too comfortable, don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Because some of this stuff, a lot of those people, most people in them videos is still alive. They all still here.
Yeah.
A lot of those police officers, those judges. I mean, darn senator is the president of the United States. So
this is not to be insensitive, but one thing I will say is crackheads, they live a long time. I don't know what's in crack, but baby, crackheads.
You know what's in it.
I don't know what's in it. Oh, I know what's in there, but when I tell you, people who do crack, they live a long time.
Okay, I'm not finna entertain this conversation with you.
You know, because I'm not lying. That's why.
I definitely we done seen crackheads. Let me tell you, every time I don't have to get off the Bankhead exit 6 times this week, and I've seen a different one.
It's some of the same crackheads on Campbellton that we seen.
Iconic generations knowing them. All right, let's move to the episode. You crazy. All right, so what's your Black business of the week?
All right, y'all. So this week, the Black business of the week is a company that goes by the name You Don't Shay. So backstory, before I moved to LA, one of the things that I was like concerned about was buying shea butter. So shea butter is the only thing that works on my skin. I make this known at the door. I have extremely dry skin on my body. So I just really need shea butter. That's the only thing that makes me hydrated and lasts a long time, keeps my skin soft. So I was nervous just because I didn't really know too many people out here that use shea butter. Everybody uses lotion. I'm like, I don't use that. So anywho.
Ooh, not you lotion shaming.
I'm not. I can't use it. It won't do anything. I put lotion on and it disappeared in 2 seconds. So it's like, no, I need something that's going to be emollient. So on Sundays on my street, we have a farmer's market and they have different vendors. So I ironically ran into this guy. He has a booth there. He's there every Sunday. He sells shea butter. But not only does he sell shea butter, he sells so many different things. He sells shea butter. He sells stuff like Palo Santo, sage, incense. He has like some of the craziest, in a good way, craziest looking incense holders that are like so cool. He has black seed oil, sea moss. He has flavored sea moss. So he has elderberry in it. In some of them, he had the one that I got from him is mango, and I actually bought some raw sea moss from the farmer's market one time and tried to make it myself, and I almost threw up.
Dang.
Because I prepared it wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, but I've had sea moss before and it wasn't bad, but when I tell you it tasted like I took jelly salt water from the ocean and put it in my mouth. Like it was just
When it
disgusting.
comes to little stuff like that, I already be scared to try it. I'm like, I'm gonna just go get it from somebody.
Yeah. So I tried it, it didn't work for me. So I just never went back. And so I found him at the farmer's market and like literally, I got mango flavor and I literally can't taste it. So I don't even put it. Most people put it in their tea, they put it in their smoothies, whatever. I literally take a teaspoon and just swallow it because I don't taste it. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
Oh, that's great. That's if things could. A lot of the things that are good for us don't taste good, so it's hard. People try. They don't really, consume it as much.
yeah. So his Instagram is you don't shay.
I like that. You don't say, and it's
You
the
know,
letter U, right?
wow you.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'll make sure I send it. He's not really a social media person. He does use it, but he's not really a social media person.
Can I
I'm
ask you something? When you put on shea butter, you don't feel like my issue with it is it gets all over my seats. It makes my clothes stick to my body. And so I really only use it like after I get out the car and I got on shorts. You don't mind
um
that?
no, because the thing about it, I think I'm so used to it because it does get like because I have a lot of leather bags, so I
Mhm.
do leave like grease prints on my
Yeah,
bags
my
and stuff.
car, then it already be hot. My junk be you put a little water, now you got a grease fire.
But it just I can't use nothing else. Like I lather it up on my feet the most, and then I put socks on because I just don't want hard feet. Even
Yeah.
though I did that
Okay.
doggone foot peel,
I have
and I
so
feel
much
like
shea butter, man.
my foot been peeling for months from that foot peel.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't be no months now, but that junk is a truth. You probably got more layers than it was prepared for.
Yeah, this ain't right. I ain't never doing that again. But
But yeah, I
yeah,
like shea butter. I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just saying I really like his stuff. Oh, his shea butter. Another reason that made his shea butter well, not popular, but that I bought it because I have shea butter from Atlanta, but I ended up buying some more from him is because of his different flavors. Now I normally just like lemongrass. That's like my favorite scent of shea butter. Lemongrass. I don't like the smell of regular shea butter. I don't like the smell of coconut oil, none of that. So I just get lemongrass or I get like nothing else, lemongrass. But he had pink lemonade. So I was like, oh, let me try that.
Now, do that take away from the purity?
No, so that's just scent. It's like just like
I
it's
want that.
almost
I
like
want my junk straight from the motherland.
I mean, it can still be straight from the motherland. You just gotta have because if you think about it, like eucalyptus is low key like a scent. It's
Okay.
natural.
Okay. Ooh, check me. Go ahead then,
I'm just
King.
saying it's natural, even though pink lemonade isn't as natural, but in reality, I'm sure he doesn't have like, or maybe he does have like a pink lemonade scent. He just probably call it that. He probably mixed up something like, oh, I can make
Yeah,
this.
it could be lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
got
I
that.
get it.
That was
No,
cool.
that's what's up though. I'll put the information in the episode notes, and I got enough shea butter to carry me a long way. So
What's
maybe
crazy is I was gonna start a line of body care and skincare at one point. So
what's changed?
I bought so many different types of like pure oils. I have almond oil, I have vitamin E oil, like all these oils. And so now I'm using those because I don't want them to go bad. And I bought big bottles of it. So what I did was I have this one oil, I think the one that I told you about, the one
Mm,
the Ambry. I bought the bigger bottle and I poured it inside of a big bottle of
shea butter.
almond oil and I shook it up and now I just use that as a body oil until it's gone because I don't want it to go bad.
Yeah, there you go. Shoot, use it in your hair for some of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into shop talk, man. I feel like it's been a lot going on,
It's
or
been a
maybe,
lot going on.
yeah. So let me go to my
I did want to I ain't want to say start with it, but I definitely want to bring up um
If
or
you
just
bring it
give
up, might well start with it.
I wanted to give condolences to Nick Cannon, his
Yes.
child, youngest son, youngest child. passed away over the weekend from a
brain
like
cancer.
brain cancer, like brain tumor in the brain. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's so painful, especially when a baby, when a baby passes away. Because this is something I've been reflecting on a lot lately. Like, pregnancy is such a big deal. Like, real, like this is what really triggered these thoughts is these people with this abortion bill and stuff like that. Like, carrying a baby is not like carrying a book bag or a purse. Like, your body changes and a human grows inside of you, which impacts your image, your weight, your emotions, everything about your identity changes. And then for 9 months, really 10 months, and then you go through excruciating pain to get this human being out of your body, and then they pass away. And it's like, and not that it's like you feel defeated necessarily, but it's just kind of like, I just can't imagine that feeling, because you really start becoming attached to that child as soon as it starts to grow inside of you. But it's just painful because the baby never had a chance. Like, he didn't have a chance to have a personality, to get to know himself, to talk about what he likes and have a hobby. Like, he literally didn't have a chance. This is really sad. I hate that happened to him.
2 months.
Yes, that's so, oh my God. And I know so many people whose babies have passed within 6 months of having them. Like, that is traumatizing. Like, that would make somebody scared to even try to have another child, because you didn't have a miscarriage, you didn't have a stillborn. Like, you literally gave birth to a baby that was alive.
Yeah, that happened to never mind.
I'm about to spill somebody's tea.
Oh no, I won't send whatever.
Okay, understood. Yeah, I have some friends recently who their baby was born and passed away after about an hour. It's really sad. I hate that happened. And this might not be the...
One of my friends just literally just saw me they pregnant just now.
Congratulations. But congratulations. But no, also, never mind. That's problematic. All right, so I wanted to talk about, I got a couple things. So, Joel Osteen. I always had this weird thing about mega churches.
Something went right about that man. Every time, and people just love Joel Osteen.
They do. And you know what the thing is? Both things can be true. He could be a great pastor, and he could also be a fraud at the same time. It's possible. It always be the right messenger, wrong message. Right message, wrong messenger. So y'all, basically, amongst all the other drama that has revolved around Joel Osteen, 7 years ago they reported a robbery or a theft of some sort at their church, where all this money was missing from the safe. They never found it. It's been an ongoing investigation. Okay, and they even had a $20,000 reward for anyone that would help lead to the discovery of what happened to this money. Okay,
of course you did.
7 years ago. So this year, the 7th year, they have a plumber who comes in and does something. Now, I want y'all to visualize this church. This church is not just a chapel. It's not no tabernacle. This is literally a freaking arena. Okay, this is this is bigger. We talking about bigger than any mega church you can think of. It's bigger than all of them. Okay, so they had a plumber who just happened to be at this one wall in this arena. Think about wherever y'all have y'all football games at your city. Okay, we're gonna think about the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Okay. Pick a wall.
Pick a wall.
Okay. But anyway, this man finds $600,000. I believe it was $200,000 in cash, $400,000 in checks. Okay. Dated back to the time where they claimed they had this robbery. Now, I feel like in situations like this, where you got somebody that's as powerful or protected as Joel Osteen, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's easy for him, if he is responsible or involved, he will never be held accountable for it, because he got a team of people who they can just be like, you know how like presidents are like, oh, it was my administration, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I got 2 questions. Now, the first question is, what would you do if you were the plumber? Number 2 question is, what you think really happened?
If I was the plumber, I would never have to fix another toilet another day in my life. I tell you that. Literally, I would just disappear off the earth. I'm sorry. It was found in the church. That's probably why he felt guilty. Like, man, I found this in the church. I'm going to hell.
Man. Okay. Now what you think really happened?
The way I would have looked at it, God led me here for a reason.
Okay. See, you sound like Joel Osteen.
You see what I'm saying? So
you really can't spin it that way.
Yeah, cause that's what it gives. God told me to open this wall up in the back of this toilet.
Imagine the Mercedes-Benz down and you went to the bathroom on the terrace level and you find $600,000.
I just so happened to randomly fix this toilet and broke the wall, and my retirement money fell out. Like,
yeah, I don't know if I would have taken the money. I would have taken some money.
I was gonna say, even if I wouldn't have took all of it,
you probably listen.
I would have definitely had me a little stash, and this would been like, oh, here you go.
I'm like, it was not what they say in church. God will give you so many blessings you won't have room enough to contain. My room can't contain them $600,000.
Maybe that Toyota Corolla would have been.
You gonna have some spinners on that thing. That fool say he won't fix another toilet for the rest.
I would never fix another toilet day in my life, because I don't know if people just have like shit fetishes and stuff, but I don't know nobody that just want to be a plumber just because.
Okay, first of all, people are handy. Okay, so let's be very clear. And plumbing is not limited to toilets. Let's also
go there. And sinks and tubs, just anything.
Water distribution.
Water, yeah. I get it.
Dang, you just came for my handyman. All right, so what you think really happened? How do you think this money got in this wall, and who do you think is responsible?
Joe Osteen. Because what would make you just put the money in a wall, like a random, like if somebody robbed you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't finna just trick you and hide the money somewhere. They finna take it. You know what I'm saying? But it's also weird too, because it was checks involved. So were the checks cashed already?
What? Right. So that's what I was thinking too. Was the checks cashed already? Or what if they try to cash the checks and these people who wrote the check randomly have this big withdrawal from their account?
But checks expire
after 120 days. I know it was a joke. Dang.
Oh, I'm just
bet you're fun at parties. But no, okay. So this is my thing. Yeah, I definitely think Joe got something to do with this. Don't play with me. I know y'all got surveillance. And my thing is, if it was anybody else who worked at the church, why would the money still be there after all these years?
Hello.
It's like, it doesn't make sense. And it's like, why was it behind the wall?
It was probably more than that. What happened is they probably got a way to get in their wall, and that's just their little stash they go get the money out of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I was trying to imagine maybe if there's a hole that needs to be
because patched. If it got in there,
exactly,
it's a way to get that shit out.
Now, what if the plumber is not really a plumber?
That could all of this could be true.
But the way that we found out is he called into a radio station and shared his story on what he found. And he said he gave the money to the maintenance manager, but he did apparently they just announced today, I think he's going to get the $20,000 reward, which had apparently already been distributed because they couldn't figure out what happened. It's really some mess. Let me tell you something. After a while, he might have been a passionate pastor doing honest work, but after a while, you start making so much money. It is not, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to see where you can only be focused on the good side of that. This man is a millionaire off of preaching. People pour out their money every week, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a great pastor, and you can be a great pastor and a fraud. It's possible, and people follow him, you know what I'm saying? But he is a human being, he is a man, so he's fully capable of making, these kind of decisions. But I just cannot, but I need to know more. They better not, this can't be one of them stories that wash off like that Chase story where they had that shit.
They sure did hurry up and make a Travis Scott documentary. They need to make one about him.
Listen, Hulu don't play it. It'd be crazy how they be having. They got a Jen Shaw documentary too, but you probably don't know what it is. All right, so yeah, I agree. So I probably would have grabbed a little money, not all of it, because I think my fear would be like, oh, well, can they trace the serial numbers and who really put this money here? They're gonna be looking for me. That's too much. But okay, so you got anything else you want to
add? Not to that.
Well, I'm talking about shop talk.
Oh, let me see. Let me see what I got to add to the shop talk
Tink is
Tuesday.
dating Hitmaker.
Who?
Tink,
Oh,
someone
Hitmaker.
to hold.
I know who Tink is.
Oh,
I ain't
sorry.
know that
She's
she was.
dating what's his other name? Hitmaker. Okay,
His
anyway.
name, his old name was Young Bird.
Young Bird. Okay, boom. All right.
I don't really got nothing else.
Yeah, it's all good. Ain't no issue. Oh, what? Tristan Thompson?
Why I was just finna say that? I just seen the picture of Jordan Woods and it made me think of that. Why I was finna say that, Trish? All right, listen.
Oh my God. First of
So
all, go ahead.
once again, me being an observer, me being a behavior, I study behaviors of people, I study anatomy of people, I study the chemical
Not
imbalance.
anatomy. Oh no.
I'm gonna tell you why. I study the chemical imbalance of people. I
Okay.
also study patterns of clout chasing.
Oh boy.
So
Man, that's a triple entendre.
here's where the clout chasing come in at. I must just start with there. I honestly think that Tristan doesn't like Chloe. He's literally in this relationship because um he just wants to be in the spotlight. He wants to be a part of that. Unfortunately, people in the industry think that that's the route you have to go. They can't get to Beyonce, so they go the Kardashian route.
And he said that he has told all these girls, all of them have recalled him telling them that he didn't really like Chloe.
Yeah, he's just there for the clout. So he's a clout chaser. So this has nothing to do with this particular story, but I'm just gonna tell you why I had this conversation. So there's a video going around social media of what seems to be a trans woman that's like 7 feet tall, and she's throwing a bike on a crackhead, like beating the crackhead up or whatever. And it's crazy because everybody's like, "Oh my god, what the
And the
hell?"
crackhead survived.
Yeah, and ran off. So the story behind that person is that person was a basketball player, famous, well, not famous, but high school basketball player that was finna get drafted to the NBA like in ninth grade because they were so good, best in the country, 7 feet tall. And over the years, mental illness kicked in. That person started to rob stores, rob people, and is now a trans woman.
Wait, this is real?
This is real.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the video about it. So when I was young, I used to always watch like the Sci-Fi Network and stuff like that. So being over a certain height at one point was considered like something very abnormal, and it was like a medical condition. And a lot of people who were very, very tall like that, they didn't even live over the age of 35. So I always, in the back of my head, thought that extremely tall people had some sort of mental problem because of that.
Okay.
And I get proven right every day.
Oh my God. Wait.
So,
Oh man. Okay.
So yeah, I really do. I
Tristan?
promise you, and this is just me being honest. This is just my thoughts. I promise y'all, every time I see like an extremely tall dude, I pay attention to his mannerisms.
Oh,
Pay attention to the way he talks. I pay attention to the stuff.
Like,
that
what's
comes out of his
extremely
mouth.
tall?
Over 6'5".
Okay, I mean that is extreme. But
yeah.
So what have you gathered from these observations?
That they just be real doofy and very like I don't know, like they just don't be having it all.
You don't think that could be affiliated with them always standing out? They can't really blend in, and you know what I'm saying? Imagine somebody just always being taller than everybody. They can't really do a lot of the same stuff the same way. They always get attention for it. So
do you think that doofy is equivalent to standing out?
Yes, they're awkward.
What about slowness, like kind of off balance?
Okay, look, keep.
So with that being said, I think that Tristan is slow. I think that
he all that to say that. Oh my God.
I did. I just had to go backstory.
Definitely is something because I've seen some videos of him talking. I'm like, this is
slow because let's actually Google how tall Tristan is because it beat them NBA players. If you ask me, they be slow. I don't know what be going on in their head. Tristan Thompson height, he's 6'9". Slow. Because Chloe, you gotta think about it. Chloe is tall as hell.
I'm about to say she might be.
And he is towering over her. So he's 6'9". So pretty much 7. Well, nah, because that'll be like 7'11", 6'11" if he was 7 foot. 6'9". That's extremely tall. I don't know.
Okay, so what does got to do with him being a disrespectful, trifling, no good?
He's
partner?
slow. He's a clout chaser. He doesn't want her. He doesn't like her. He's there for attention. He's there because he feels as if once you go and people and this is not to say that this is how everybody thinks, but this is how majority of people think. The world is ran by social media. Once you go to a Kardashian, who are you going to go to?
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like publicly, it looks good. On paper, I
wonder what he said to pull her. She moved to Cleveland.
Listen, she got the white.
Okay, anyway, he's trash. You know what I always say? People that put up with that kind of treatment do not value themselves. It's clear. And it's clear that Chloe is one of those people.
Too. She tall.
Okay, let it go. Let it go. But I just feel like she's really insecure. She doesn't value herself. And I know we all have
good reason though.
Yeah, she has reason to feel that way, but it's just a shame because people really associate popularity and money with happiness, and that's not the case. I mean, she even bought the look she wanted, and it didn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's just really sad. It's really disrespectful, and I just hate that. I hate that all the ways that they be acquiring men be in trifling situations because it's like you can't be
more specific to Chloe.
Yeah, specifically Chloe.
This is why, and Kylie. But yeah, Chloe for sure. And I feel like this is karma because baby.
But I think that's also insecurity too. Like you are willing to accept somebody's sloppy seconds.
The people that you were close with.
Yeah, it's just really crazy. And it's like you cannot possibly you must be using your last name as your personality trait to be good enough to make somebody do right by you.
Yeah,
it's really got to be what it is, but it's really embarrassing. Trisha he's not even attractive to me. I'm sorry. I know.
I think Trisha is very attractive.
I just do not see it. And I really mean that.
I will say that. I ain't gonna. The slowness don't take away from being fine.
Well, it definitely procreates. And then what really disgusted me the most was reading those messages between him and the alleged third baby mother, and him talking about how he was basically not going to financially support her, not be there for the child. Now, what you think about him offering her 75 racks to have an abortion?
She probably would have been better off taking the 75 racks.
For sure. And I think that, but I think
trying to be funny, but
it could be clout chasing too, though, because think about it. First of all, anybody that dates any of these people, this man is with Khloe Kardashian. He is. I don't care who you are.
I also know that he will cheat on her.
Exactly. So this is an opportunity to have a baby that will be a sibling with a Kardashian.
I think about these people too, because even with Future, also another tall person that's slow.
Okay. They both got the same shape. They both got C eyes. They the letter C.
What's up with y'all not using protection?
Yeah, it's actually really sick. I know y'all have been in the hospital. Y'all had to.
They too rich and famous, so they get all these different access to medicines that we don't have, and these shots and stuff. I've heard about it. I've watched stuff. If they come get me,
you fueling conspiracies.
Why. Look, if they come get me, y'all know why.
And you out there by the Scientology.
But
and then these are the people that we
can't tell me that
about.
Future has about 8 kids at this point, 9.
Who even counts? I don't darn know.
That's not the same amount of people that he has.
Exactly.
Sex with Rob.
Exactly.
So I know he got at the bare minimum he got herpes.
Oh my God. What's wrong?
I'm just saying.
You don't know that. It's possible to not catch anything.
It is very possible, but it's also a lot possible to catch it, because you don't have sex with 364 women raw, and
Oh my, yeah, I think that's really sick.
chlamydia.
I know it's cool and fun to be like excited about some of these celebrities and be really willing to be doing whatever when you meet them, but you really gotta think about your health. Like, let's be for real. Like, if it's somebody like, I mean, I just don't even know. It's just not worth it. And then it's like, what do you even get out of saying that you was with that person? Now what?
I'm trying to tell you.
Flow.
It's
Okay.
a lot. I ain't gonna be messy on this podcast today, but I'm telling you right now, there's some girls that's out here in this industry. I'm gonna let y'all put 2 and 2 together and get 4. Wink. Um, it's a lot of girls that ain't leaving their men because they probably done got something from them that they got forever.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go
because they sleep around.
No, please, please. I'm not okay. Oh, I got a headache. Why I just got a headache that fast?
I'm sorry. I ain't mean to shake the room like that. But I'm just saying, you have to be realistic in these things, okay?
Listen,
I have personal friends.
It's regular people doing that, but I understand what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
I have personal friends who have gotten things. These are straight people. These are heterosexual. This ain't got nothing to do with, because you know the girls love to put diseases on the gay boys. This is straight people, and they have gotten stuff from people, and you know, they'll go back trying to figure out where it came from. Both of y'all do got it, but it's 2 different strands, meaning that y'all both got it from 2 separate places. Or
y'all did it together and it merged off.
Metamorphosis. It's
okay,
giving.
Okay.
It's giving Beyblades. Okay. Let's move on, because this is getting too deep for me. That's when I should have just went to school to be a scientist.
And study what?
All this shit. I want to study sex education, STDs. I want to study mental health. I need to study chemical imbalance. I need to study. I need to be a heightist. Is that a thing? Let's see how far future is before I make this judgment again.
Please, and let's move on after that. I'm sick of it. All right.
Hold on.
Let the people know how tall he is once you find out.
He's only 6'2".
Oh, wow. He's a regular height man.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't nothing. Anyway, you taking away the common denominator here is they're men. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's move on. So if that's all we have for Shop Talk, I would like to introduce the topic for this week.
Yeah, that's it. We off. I can't do no more Shop, so I'm already probably canceled.
I wanted to know, do you feel like people should apologize even if they don't mean it?
Oh, you real deep today. What's tea? You must know my story.
On your story?
I said you must know my story.
Oh, no, I don't. But I saw a tweet about somebody. No, I wasn't. I was looking at I think I was looking at Real Housewives. And yeah, that's what it was. I was looking at Real Housewives, and I think that Jenny wanted Mary to apologize. I don't remember. Somebody wanted somebody to apologize, but that person literally wasn't. They didn't feel like they did anything wrong, and I was like, I mean, if you meant it, that's just what it is. Like, you apologize, it ain't for you, it's for that person, and that's not fair. If you don't mean it, it don't benefit nobody. But go ahead.
I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it, and I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I had to do it recently. So I think I was just telling Alicia about a situation that I had. It was a guy that he's from California. He works in the industry. His brother, like literally his whole family's in the industry, right? Mm-hmm. So we kind of we work around each other sometimes. But me and him had ended up getting really cool. When I first met him, I thought he was straight. Then he started coming on to me, whatever, cool. But we never made any like official moves to one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll say stuff here and there. We'll like joke about certain things or talk about certain things, but it never was anything that would even begin to lead to think that we were either A, going to be in a relationship, or B, in a relationship already. Like, there was no way that he could have
right. Thought. It was like he made up this idea in his head, or maybe he misread something from you.
Couldn't have. So you know what I'm saying? We don't even talk enough for that. We don't even talk enough to be really close friends. So let's start there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even talk enough for you to consider me as a close friend. We just cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This boy. Now we've been doing this on and off for maybe like 3 years. Like just me saying on and off.
Yeah, because
it's insinuating that we were dating, but we weren't. The thing about it is, we'll talk to each other and then we won't talk again to another 3 months, 2 or 3 months. Like it's like a big gap. So that's why I say on and off. That's why I say on and off.
But how long are those time frames before the next gap? Like a couple days, a couple weeks?
We talk one day.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be like 2-3 months. Then we'll talk again. It's like a catch up thing. Like, oh, this is what I got going on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This boy went to his therapist. I don't know what he told this lady or man, but he
went to the lady.
He went to that lady. He need to go to that one lady. And he came to me a few weeks ago, well, last week rather, and he was just basically explaining to me that he went to his therapist, had a conversation about me, and I said, what was the conversation about? He didn't give me the full details, but he was just expressing how he felt about me, how bad of a person that I was, because he said that whenever I call him, I'm always dumping all my problems on him, which is not true at all. I'll tell you what I got going on in my life. You asked, I told you. I'm not dumping things. I don't call you to just be like, oh my gosh, da, 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 da.
Yeah, you consider it, or it's just not even what he's saying it is.
Yeah. And then he told me that I was being inconsiderate about his dad and grandpa dying in the same month. Now I knew about his dad, so I did send my condolences, and I have the receipts for that. But he told her that I just totally disregarded the fact that his dad and his grandfather died, and the week that they died, I called him to dump on him. He's lying. He's lying. Like, why would you lie like that? You know what I'm saying?
That's actually kind of deep to be lying about.
And in my head, it's such a lie that I don't even think he'd be going to therapy.
That's what's crazy. But you know what? Also, even if he is, people do not tell their therapist the whole story. And so the therapist is diagnosing them and giving them treatment based off what they told them, which could be making no impact on that person's life, but feeling like really like fueling their ego or their narcissism.
So he begins to tell me that, and then I'm like confused, because at the same time, I'm like dealing with not having a car out here. I'm low-key kind of stressed out because I'm like spending my savings on stuff, and I had savings for this particular reason to, you know what I'm saying? So that way I can do what I need to do out here. Mm-hmm. But it's just like I'm doing so much. Like I have so much going on. I just moved into this apartment. We hung out when I first moved here. We hung out one day. And I guess that wasn't enough.
What did y'all do? Did y'all like go on a date, like a nice
We walked to the plant store and got lunch.
Oh, that's romantic. Botany? That's science. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
It's not even romantic. We went to the plant district. It's like chop shop flower shops. It's not even cute. And he was complaining.
Maybe he's not hard to please.
I don't know what it is, but that's not cute for you to be.
So what did you like? Because I cannot imagine somebody telling me that they talked to their therapist about me and pertaining to something that never existed between me and them. Like, what can you even say to that?
I literally just wrote him back and I apologized to him. If he, I try not to give one of those weak ass apologies where it's like, if you feel like I did this, no.
I hate when people say that. I feel that way, so you need.
Yeah. I didn't do that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever. At this moment, I got my own things going on. I'm very, like, on edge about a lot of stuff. And I don't have the mental capacity to deal with this right now. So I'm like, you know what? I apologize. That wasn't my intentions. If you felt like I was doing that, you by all means, you could have just stopped me. I wouldn't have been offended. But, I can't be doing something that I don't know that I'm doing wrong if you didn't tell me or if you feel like I'm doing wrong. Right. So I apologize to him, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I should have because I don't feel sorry for it.
It's like an admission of guilt.
So I did it just to kind of just end it or just whatever in my head. I'm like, I'm never talking to him again ever because you really just did that. Like you put that all on me.
And now he
I
might
didn't do that.
actually feel satisfied that he made you feel bad about something that didn't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
a
and
sick
then
game.
he was giving. I don't want you to think I'm mad at you. I still want to be friends. I still
Like,
want to
no,
talk.
no, no. You don't spark drama and try to back out
Done,
of it.
baby.
Yeah.
Donezo. Because this kind of like your second time doing something like this. One time
He
I did
probably
it.
is like this all the time to different people. I bet people
Doesn't.
have their own stories.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Please.
Draco Latina coming out.
Let me tell you something. You need to pay attention to people's surroundings and they non-surroundings. He don't have no friends. I should have took that as a sign.
Now, when you
don't
say
have
that,
nobody
does he tell you he don't? Why you think he don't have friends?
He don't hang out with nobody. He always
He probably got a shrine of you, honey.
Alone. He always doing things alone.
Hold on now.
Anytime. No, but listen, it's a difference. You will take the time out to reach out to different people. You talk to people, whether you be around them all the time or not.
Okay.
It's different. You be going to lunch with people sometimes. He don't even do that.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I should have took that. Because the first
when
time
people are nice though, when they present themselves as a cool person, you don't think it's nothing more than that. It's like, oh yeah, I get it. People are weird out here. You just stay to yourself.
The first time he said I didn't call him back, and he blocked and unblocked me on social media, so I wouldn't follow him. He won't follow me. This happened a long time ago, and he came back a week later and realized how weird that was. So he apologized. He was like, you know what, I kind of did too much. My bad. You know, I was just in my head. I was in my feelings.
He probably thought you was finna ask him why he blocked.
I did. I asked him because I'm like, what did I do? I thought we was good. So this time, after the last conversation, in my head, I said, we're done. I'm going to apologize, even though I don't mean it, and I'm going to move on. This man blocked me a week later.
That's
on
crazy.
Everything. I'm blocked on Twitter. I'm blocked on Facebook. I'm blocked on Instagram. So
keep it that way. Keep it that
normally
way.
when people block me, I don't block them back. But let me tell you something.
Too. I got some Guinness World Records in my block list.
Let me tell you something. What that lady said on that meme, you would never get the chance to you would never. I made sure I hit block on everything. Phone, Instagram. I wish I could block him from this podcast, but I want you to hear everything I said.
Well, okay, now do you know what you say?
He does. He been over here. I don't listen.
See, he don't been in your house. Oh my God, he think he don't know your family.
Let me tell you something. The whole point of me going to the alley yesterday was to get me some weapons because of the stuff that's going on.
Oh wow!
So I got me some weapons.
The alley,
the Sensi alley. It's like
you can't be using LA words because it sounded like to me you was down there with them crackheads. You was just giving shout outs to.
No, the Sensi alley is like
how tall you is?
A flea market. How tall am I?
Yeah.
5'11". I'm not
slow. Slow to grow.
I'm 5'11". I'm not even 6 foot. So no.
Oh my God, man!
So I got my little mace and my pocket knife. Until I can get me a California ID, I can't get no gun. It's coming soon because these folks out here tripping.
Nah, for real, that's crazy. I swear, I feel like I just would. I don't know what I would. I think I would just ignore them. But I have definitely said a lot of things with my chest and did not feel any remorse and did not feel like
you're a queen. Let me tell you something. Ever since I've known you, I'm talking about elementary school. You've been in person. So you stay true. You've been living that Aquarius life.
Okay. But I've definitely several times not apologized for stuff because I just did not. If I apologized because I felt bad on how it made them feel, I might have realized like it wasn't right. And it hasn't happened often. I feel like once I hit my like late 20s and 30s, I'm a completely different. Like I just handle things differently. But if I don't feel bad, I'm not apologizing. I don't feel bad, and that's okay. What you choose to do with that is between you and God.
And honestly, though, what I've learned too is that I need to stop thinking of other people's feelings because there's been plenty of times where people have said things to me and they didn't take my feelings into regard. And it's human nature to get your feelings hurt. It's going to happen.
Well, don't consider their feelings, but definitely prioritize yours.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like sometimes if it come out and I know that it's gonna hurt somebody feeling. Oh well, you have to know that.
Yeah.
You need to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. And I think for me, the times where I could think of where I said something and I meant it, it's just when I was around too many people, like people I shouldn't have been around to begin with. But ever since I created peace, peace has found me and followed me. But what was I finna say? Oh, what was I finna say? What you just said?
I just said,
Oh, people's feelings. Yeah, like I'm not somebody who would, if somebody's clearly upset, like I wouldn't take digs at them. But
yeah,
I feel like I have told people about themselves, and it wasn't the only reason why it wasn't nice because they didn't want to hear it. And no, I'm not sorry. You are a thief, and you need to get your money up. I'm sorry. No, you're sorry. Sorry means sick, lame, and lazy.
period.
But yeah, so anyhow, I'm trying to think of times. I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably only pertains to relationships where my feelings was hurt and I wanted an apology. And I think that the apology is just it's one-sided. Unless that person is genuinely upset and genuinely remorseful, which more tthan likely is because of the other person. So it's just like, and basically what I'm trying to say, you shouldn't demand apologies from people. Like they need to feel it on their hearts to want to be forgiven or want to ask for forgiveness. But if you have to ask for it, they didn't want to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's one of those situations where you feel like y'all need to talk about something that happened and how it impacted you. But that person should, if they're apologetic, they should be offering an apology to you. But I don't. To me, it makes me think about like the whole closure topic and people be wanting closure, which I'll never understand. I'm like, you know what happened. It's closed. You know what I'm saying? But people be wanting to re-talk about it so they can make themselves feel better about it and understand where that person was coming from. No, you know where they came from. And send them right on back. And now you want an apology for somebody who disrespected you. But to me, that's just once the disrespect happened, that's it. That's when you close the door.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that really pissed me off. But I also understand that everybody isn't that slow. Or that everybody ain't gonna say something not. Everybody don't do that. Everybody don't act like that. And I understand he has a lot of trauma because we talked about it. He has a lot of child trauma, adulthood trauma. And I try to keep those things into consideration. But at this point, I have to realize that it's not always my point to be okay with dealing with other people's
absolutely
trauma.
not.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can genuinely like you as a person. I can, whatever. But when I see that certain things that you do trigger things in me or it makes me feel very uncomfortable, like we all have traumas, but sometimes the people's response to it, I can be understanding to some of it. But then it's other things that they do that I know in my head that I'm not okay, but I have to keep telling myself like, this is a trauma response. I got to consider what they've been through. I don't have to consider that. Because I don't have to be around that person.
I don't consider it because every time it happened, I tell myself, this ain't the first time they did this. They did it to somebody else. Goodbye. Because I be feeling like people this ain't your first time being trifling. Nah, I ain't that lucky. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? When people are bad friends, they didn't just start being a bad friend right in that moment. They was always a bad friend. It's just your turn to see it. So to me, it's tough for me to be considered of that because I'm like, you too grown to be behaving like that. We are in our 30s.
I understand.
Sorry.
I totally understand that.
Cut them off.
Oh, it's blocked.
Yeah, I would have been so confused.
Never get the chance.
Okay. I can't imagine your facial expression reading the messages like.
I was literally in this exact spot I'm in right now. I was like, I kept looking around like, trying to just remember like conversations. I'm like, what did I say?
Yeah, that's actually sick. I wish there was like a database we can find out people's doctors, except we have HIPAA violations. But you'd be like, hey, ma'am, I know you was working with such and such.
I don't even care. I care not to know. At this point, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please. Just leave me alone.
That's crazy. That is some throwed off stuff, man. But you know what? People, another thing you gotta remember, people, it's so many people in this world, everybody cannot be sane. It's got to be some throwed off folks in the mix. It's
Okay,
just crazy because
somewhere else. Go throw it off somewhere else.
It's just sick though, because people like, I feel like that person you talking about has gone through this with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
He has
it's
no,
like
Alicia, when I tell you he has no friends.
So it's tough. It's like, how do you continue to behave this way? Like, why don't you see that you the problem? Like, it's crazy. That's what's crazy to me. It's like, you know that didn't happen. And so now I'm in a file with a doctor that I can't even see.
I just thought about something. He used to be friends / roommates with some people that we know, and they don't even F with him no more.
Well, you gonna tell me who that is, child? Anybody that have roommates is a red flag.
I'm like, and mind you, I was taking his side.
But of course, because people gonna tell their side of the story the best way they can, and it's gonna make sense to you.
Now I see.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you gotta believe everybody lying. You won't have no disappointment.
Now I see.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know we didn't go too in depth, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's like, hey man, people do not owe you anything, and they want you just gotta accept it. If people hurt your feelings, you need to have a conversation with yourself on how you're gonna handle how you proceed with that information. But an apology is literally words. Unless it's followed by changed behavior, it is not owed to you. I mean, honestly, changed behavior isn't owed either, but we have feelings and we want to feel validated.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her queen, honey.
Man, what?
Let earth
know how I get in. He said, how I get in? I didn't
get into it. Let earth receive her queen. Her queen.
All right. Well,
what's up with the next episodes? Because I'm gonna be in Atlanta next week, and I am not bringing my computer because I have a lot of stuff to carry.
Okay. Well,
I can come to your house, but I would just have to.
When you coming here to Atlanta?
I will be in Atlanta on hold on, let me look at my calendar. Whatever next Tuesday is, 13th or the 14th? 14th.
Okay, the 14th.
The 14th through the 20th.
Branberry Crocs come out.
For what?
Those Crocs that black guy's been designing, they're like a fingerprint.
Oh, they're gonna be a lot of money. I'm not buying it.
They're gonna be hard to get, but I'm gonna still try.
So yeah, I'll be in Atlanta from the 15th through the 26th. I told my family that if they're not doing anything for Christmas, I'm going back home.
Oh, well, on the 15th,
I have to come turn my keys and stuff in for my apartment. I have to go return my cable boxes.
Oh my God. I gotta get that table. So on the 15th, I am getting 4 wisdom teeth removed.
Oh yeah, so we can't record anyway.
Yeah, and I don't want to record the week of Christmas, so we'll see y'all next year.
Wait. Hold on. We can do the week before the first. We can do that Wednesday or that Tuesday before the first.
The Tuesday. Oh, before the first. Okay.
Yeah.
The 28th or 29th. Sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Dang, you want to talk on the microphone so bad. Okay, so no episode next week, y'all. I have to get 4 wisdom teeth pulled, and I gotta get it done because my insurance gonna restart January 1st, and the whole policy will be in vain.
Yeah. So no episode for the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Y'all listen.
I'm not. If you don't mean it.
I sure, and I don't mean it because I don't think this show ain't paying no bill in a minute.
Yeah, so if y'all want to cash up us, whatever.
Okay, no, we don't use the word cash up around here. They like to hack.
Never mind. We grown. No cash up.
Anyways, all right, let's wrap this thing up. I don't have anything cool to share. My puppy got spayed today, so I felt really bad for her because she was geeked up when I picked her behind her. She couldn't even walk. She was just sitting there looking.
Aww.
Just looking, but she good now. They wore off. Trust me, honey. Also, y'all, please pray to God that I can get these cool grades that drop. I need them in my life. I didn't even try to get them the last time they came out. So I got, you know what I'm saying? That's because I didn't realize in the future that it was gonna be this goddamn hard to get a pair of shoes. Like Jesus.
Yeah, cool grades. That's on my Christmas list. I told myself that I was not buying any more shoes, but however, I need them.
Yeah, I definitely need those, and I need the Concourse drop again because I miss running hike denim in California. A lot of my J's that are redropping, my version of them is starting to crumble apart anyway. So like all my threes
recently got some, right?
I got some taxis, yeah, but I had some playoffs and then I sold them. And taxis is like the reverse colors.
Yeah, I had the playoffs too, and child, I wore them things to the ground.
Yeah, me too. A lot of mine, they, after a while, that shoe material, if you don't store them correctly, they start to like wither. So, whatever. Anyways, all right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your twirl, I guess.
Sorry, I ain't sorry. Boy, Beyonce wrote the rule book. I ain't sorry.
She did.
I ain't sorry. All right, bye.
Bye.